Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Today we're going to talk a little bit about affirmations and self-talk, right? Because the purpose of high magic is the realization of the higher self, right? The attainment of divinity, of enlightenment, right? Becoming one with God, union, and all that good stuff. Now, that's quite a journey to take. But the journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first one. So this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the first one, and that has a lot to do with what goes on in here, right? The narrator inside the head, the self-talk, the affirmations, the things that you repeat to yourself over and over and over again, that cassette tape loop, right? So what makes people get overwhelmed so quickly is that we get a little piece of information and we try to apply it to solve all the problems in our lives at once. So I'm going to share 4 things that are going to be able to help with that. The first thing is just tackle one obstacle at a time. Start with one thing, right? Start with one thing and build upon that after you get into the flow of doing it. So in this case, when we're dealing with the self-talk and the cassette tape loop, make it a primary to learn how to utilize this technique. And it starts with paying attention to what's going on in your head. When we react to certain situations and when we deal with certain people in life, there's dialogue that's going on inside of our head at all times. And if you're unaware of what type of things are being said to you, it's mostly negative or self-limiting beliefs and statements that are running through your mind. So you definitely want to be aware of what's going on in your head, right? And you don't want to try to force yourself to think something or try to control it. The first step is just to be aware of what's going on. When the situation happens, be aware of the dialogue that's happening, right? And if you find yourself going in a negative direction, you want to grab the steering wheel and start to steer in a more positive direction, right? That's going to be how you start to build and take that first step towards actually becoming the true self, right? Because it's the ego that kicks in automatically. It's the ego that is the response. And I'm not here to demonize the ego and tell you that it's bad, but on this path, it will do you justice to recognize what part of you is simply reaction-based. Right? Because what is reaction-based, that is more defense mechanism, that is more survival, right? And that's not higher, that's more of a lower chakra kind of thing. Right? So, number 2, the goals that you reach are a result of the habits that you've learned, right? So if you didn't reach your goals, that's most likely a result of 2 things. Number 1, you may have set an unrealistic goal. Number 2, it will be because you learned the wrong habits. So just an easy example, if your goal is to lose weight, right? Obviously an unrealistic goal is to lose 200 pounds a month. And clearly, as far as the wrong habits, if your goal is to lose weight, and say you're going to the gym on a regular basis, if you don't fix the type of calories in the food that you're eating on a regular basis, you're kind of working against yourself. So whatever goal it is that you have set right now for the new year, for your life, or whatever, make sure that it's attainable and make sure that you're working with yourself by setting the correct habits to get you to where you're trying to be. Right? If you're trying to be more productive this year, make a plan, right? Make a plan of action. Set a calendar date for when you'd like to see a certain type of results, and then get started on the habits that get you there. Don't overwhelm yourself and try to tackle everything today. See the end goal and work backwards. Start building the type of habits, the pattern, the frequency, right? Because it's how frequently you do a thing. Work on what you can do right now. What's the next step to get you to that next milestone? Okay. So number 3, things concerning self-talk. It's a myth that subliminal messages are effective at programming your mind. All right, it's a proven myth. It sounds cool, right? It sounds creepy and mysterious for the movies, but simply playing a tape cassette in the back of your mind is not going to reprogram you or change your habits, right? What actually changes your habits is conscious effort, right? So I'm not saying that by you recording certain affirmations and playing it in your headphones isn't going to work. It will work if you do it correctly. The way that the human mind responds is by attaching meaning to emotional stimulation and emotional impulses. So what you want to do is put conscious effort behind the things that you're saying, right? Feel good about it. If you're trying to get yourself into a better place, speak it into your life and speak it with emotional meaning, right? Visualize, put yourself there, feel as best as you can as if you're actually in that state. And you do this repetitively, repetitiously, so that when you do record yourself and listen to yourself, you're attaching that recording to the emotions that you're beginning to gather and stimulate when you say your affirmations, right? Now, number 4, of course, is that you want to make sure that the practice is the primary and the result is the secondary. And what do I mean by that? Oftentimes you'll see, and I've said this many times before, people get into the occult and working with magic and mind power and all this stuff to get a specific thing. Now this stuff does get you specific things, but that shouldn't be your intention, right? You should have pure intentions, and I've got a video on that the link is below. It's called Purify Your Heart. But anyways, what I mean by this is, say there's a person who, I use this example a lot, they're lonely, they want to get a person of the opposite sex or what have you as a partner. So they get into magic and learn how to do, sex spells and love rituals and all that stuff. What happens is they will either become disillusioned and not get what they want and believe, oh, this stuff is not real, or they'll get what they want and then drop everything else. And the thing is, you'll have better results when you make actually learning and studying this path as your primary goal, and all that other stuff will fall into place for you, right? So when it comes to this affirmation, the self-talk, don't just do it to get a specific thing. Start to make it part of your daily, regular routine, and you'll begin to see the long-term effects of this. Because this isn't just about achieving a goal tomorrow. This is about transforming yourself in the long run, okay? Because even when you do get that goal, you're still going to be stuck with all the issues and problems that are blocking you today. So it's best to start with the first step, which is getting a hold of that self-talk, that cassette loop that's playing in your head, right? Catch yourself when you're going down that negative spiral. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, they'll never like my art. They won't listen to my music. They don't think that I'm qualified to do a certain thing. Drop all those thoughts, because most of those are just opinions. They're mostly worries. They're mostly fears. They're not grounded in reality, right? You want to be able to separate reality from opinion, right? Reality is what is actually there, provable, verifiable. Your opinion is what you think and what you feel about a certain thing, right? Don't get so attached to opinions and what you feel about a certain thing, because these things are transient. They change. They're not reality. The closest you're going to get to reality is what is actually there. Now, if you want to change reality, you start to build it in here with your words, with your emotions, with your visualizations. You hold on to the feelings that you generate with this thing, and you use it as somewhat of a guide, right? Because when you repetitiously put conscious effort to your affirmations and your visualizations, and you do these repetitively on a daily basis, what's going to happen is you're training your subconscious mind to seek for a solution, right? To seek for ways to get to that place in the quickest, most efficient manner. So to help yourself get there, you want to remove the self-limiting beliefs that you've got in your head. Okay, so those are 4 major keys on how to get there. According to the language and behavior profile by a doctor called Roger Bailey, there's mainly 3 types of people, right? You've got people who are motivated by internal dialogue, by internal motivation. That accounts for about 40% of people. Then the other 40% of people are motivated externally, right? They need other people to approve or sign off on their ideas or give them encouragement, and that's perfectly fine. There's 2 types of people. One type can motivate themselves, and the other type is best motivated by those around them, right? 40% here, 40% here, the other 20% is an equal distribution of both. But the best way is to figure out what type of person you are. Some people need outside encouragement, and that's fine. If that's you, find a way to surround yourself with external encouragement, right? People who build you up and support you. If you're the other 40% who rely on internal encouragement, then this type of video is something that will, the types of things that I've said in this video is something that will help you get closer to your goals. Now, it's often said that when you do your affirmations, you want to start with I am, right? Because we're speaking in the present tense, and it gets your subconscious mind working in the present tense, because the subconscious mind is always in the present tense. It's the conscious mind that likes to wander into the past or into the future. Power is here in the present. Be here now, as they say, Ram Dass. The subconscious mind is here. So when you do your affirmations, you want to speak in I am. That's totally correct. But also, it is beneficial to change the I am to you are, right? Because when you say you are and you're speaking to yourself, this will be very helpful for those people who are externally motivated, right? Those people who need that outside validation. If you don't have supportive friends and family and people around you who can help lift you up, it'll be helpful for you to kind of mix up the I ams with the you are, right? I am receiving divine knowledge and wisdom from the universe. Or you can say to yourself, you are receiving divine knowledge and wisdom from the universe. You have everything that you need to continue, right? I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You are in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. It's very important, very crucial to watch what you're saying to yourself. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, but this is a great time. Like a lot of people like to start new things at the beginning of the year. It's a great time to go ahead and start this process of paying attention to your internal dialogue and making sure that it's constructive, not destructive, right? Focus on this. You can certainly do it. Right? This will definitely help you get over if you have emotional problems or emotional imbalances like depression or anxiety. Okay? It's very helpful for you to pay attention to what you're saying. Right? Don't sabotage your own magic. Don't sabotage your own success. Pay attention. So, two books that are very helpful on this. There's both of them by Shad Homesteader. One is called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. The other one is The Self-Talk Solution. All right. This has a lot of great affirmations that you can say to yourself for multiple situations. And it's not about memorizing the different phrases. It's more understanding what's going on here, right? And if you just look through all of them, you're pretty much putting yourself in the present tense, saying positive things to yourself, constructive things to yourself on a regular basis to help get you into the vibe, into the frequency, right, of building and moving towards your goal. All right. Bonus reading. If you want to learn about this thing, you don't have to really, but there's a book called Words That Change Minds. This is by Shelley Rose Charvet, and this talks a lot about the language and behavior profile. It talks about the different types of people and how they operate. So, this is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus.